When most people think of Rwanda, the first thing that often comes to mind is the devastating 1994 genocide, one of the bloodiest tragedies of the 20th century, in which more than 800,000 lives were lost in just 100 days. However, since that dark chapter, the people of Rwanda have never stopped working to heal, rebuild trust, and gradually shape a society that is more peaceful, stable, and united than ever before. Today, Rwanda is not only known for its remarkable recovery, but also recognized as a model for sustainable development, gender equality, and technological innovation in Africa. It is a country that has turned unimaginable pain into strength, resilience, and quiet determination. Here are some fascinating and lesser-known facts about this small but extraordinary nation. A place modest in size but full of spirit and inspiration. Rwanda, the cleanest country in Africa. When people talk about Rwanda, what often surprises, even shocks, first-time visitors isn't its breathtaking landscapes or complex history, but something much more unexpected: its astonishing cleanliness. Rwanda is not only considered the cleanest country in Africa, but is increasingly being recognized as one of the cleanest countries in the world. And this didn't happen by chance. It is the result of a long-term vision and a collective effort, from government policy to public participation, aimed at protecting the living environment. Since 2008, Rwanda has banned plastic bags completely, becoming one of the first countries in the world to take such a bold step. And this is not just a symbolic law, it's strictly enforced. All travelers arriving at Kigali International Airport are subject to baggage inspections, and any plastic bags found are confiscated immediately. Supermarkets, shops, and cafes across the country use paper bags, fabric totes, or biodegradable materials. Even plastic straws have nearly disappeared, replaced by paper, bamboo, or metal alternatives. What's even more impressive is that environmental awareness has become a part of everyday life for Rwandans. You won't see litter on the sidewalks, plastic drifting in the wind, or cigarette butts scattered along the streets. Everyone, from school children and office workers to taxi drivers, seems to understand that keeping their surroundings clean is a shared responsibility. This cultural mindset is reinforced through Umuganda, a national community service day held on the last Saturday of every month. On this day, citizens across the country come together to clean their neighborhoods, repair infrastructure, or plant trees. It's more than just an environmental initiative. It's a community ritual that strengthens social bonds and collective pride. Cleanliness in Rwanda isn't limited to public spaces. It's also deeply reflected in its food culture and service industry. Restaurants and cafes in Kigali and other cities maintain strict hygiene standards, from food preparation to tableware. Many travelers have remarked that they feel safer eating street food in Rwanda than in major Western cities, a rare compliment in the world of travel. Through practical, consistent, and sustainable measures, Rwanda has proven that a country doesn't need to be wealthy to be clean and dignified. With firm leadership and collective will, it has pioneered a green nation model in the heart of Africa, a story that is quietly inspiring the rest of the world. Life in Kigali, the beating heart of Rwanda, offers a completely different image from what most people expect when they think of an African capital. It is one of the most organized, safe, and immaculately clean cities on the continent, and has even been compared to modern European cities. Kigali's streets are carefully swept, greenery is thoughtfully maintained, and trash is nearly invisible in public spaces. Much of this success is rooted in the Umuganda initiative, which brings citizens together once a month for a day of community work, from cleaning and repairing to building shared infrastructure. It's an approach that not only protects the environment, but also fosters a sense of belonging and civic unity, deeply woven into Rwandan culture. Rwanda, one of the safest and most welcoming countries in Africa. Rwanda is widely recognized as one of the safest countries in Africa, offering a peaceful, orderly, and respectful environment, especially toward women. People here are known for their politeness, friendliness, and a deep sense of mutual respect. Whether you're walking around the city during the day or at night, there is a consistent sense of safety. Street harassment is virtually non-existent, and respect for personal space is deeply embedded in everyday social behavior. What's particularly remarkable is how rare serious crimes are in Rwanda. Visitors can confidently use public transportation at night without fear. It's not uncommon to see people jogging, strolling, or even listening to music with headphones after dark, something you don't often see in many major cities around the world. In addition to safety, Rwanda is also widely praised for its commitment to gender equality. According to the Global Gender Gap Report, Rwanda consistently ranks among the top 10 countries in the world with the highest levels of gender parity. This is a society where women play a powerful role in politics, business, education, and within the family structure. Traditional Rwandan culture also reflects this deep-rooted respect for women's roles and emotions. In folk stories and old songs, women are not only seen as caretakers of the family, but also as essential to joy, harmony, and the emotional well-being of life itself. It's a progressive and compassionate view, one that sets Rwanda apart from many other cultures, and one that continues to shape the country's identity in meaningful ways. Lifestyle in Rwanda, slow, peaceful, and full of smiles. Life in Rwanda moves to a rhythm of its own, unhurried, calm, and wonderfully quiet. It's the kind of place where you quickly realize that time isn't something to chase, but something to savor. The everyday pace here is slow and gentle. People walk leisurely, speak softly, and rarely show signs of rushing, even when it comes to work. Being late by a few minutes is not a big deal in Rwanda. In fact, being a little behind schedule is fairly common and widely accepted. If you arrange to meet someone, don't be surprised if they show up a bit late, not out of disrespect, but simply because the slow and steady lifestyle is deeply ingrained in the culture. A handy tip for newcomers: bring a book or simply enjoy the quiet moment while you wait. It might turn out to be one of the most peaceful parts of your day. What makes Rwanda even more lovable is the genuinely warm and kind nature of its people. Rwandans are known for their calm demeanor, politeness, and rare displays of anger. Instead of arguing or reacting harshly, they tend to smile, nod, and maintain a composed attitude. As you walk the streets, you'll see smiles everywhere, from street vendors and motorcycle taxi drivers to children and the elderly. It's a country where peace is not just a political concept, but a way of life, practiced in every conversation, every step, and every smile. Living in Rwanda, adapting to local products. One of the first things you'll quickly notice when living in Rwanda is that imported goods are often hard to find and quite expensive. If you're used to using international products like shampoos, cosmetics, or canned foods, you may need to adjust your shopping habits a little. For example, a bottle of imported shampoo can easily cost $10 or more, depending on the brand and origin. At that price point, you may find yourself reconsidering your loyalty to familiar labels from home. The reason behind this is largely geographic. As a landlocked country, Rwanda relies heavily on importing goods overland from neighboring countries. This means higher transportation costs and import taxes, which significantly drive up the prices of foreign products. As a result, most imported items are only available in larger supermarkets, and even then, often at a premium compared to average local incomes. For expats or long-term residents, a useful tip is to gradually embrace local brands and products. Rwanda has a growing number of homegrown companies producing everything from soap, cooking oil, and laundry detergent to fresh produce and traditional food items. Many of these products are either locally made or sourced from within the East African region, and they're often more affordable, environmentally friendly, and of decent quality. Not only does choosing local help you save money, but it also allows you to support the local economy and integrate more deeply into everyday Rwandan life. Over time, you might even discover new favorite products that replace the ones you once thought you couldn't live without. Weather in Rwanda, cool and comfortable all year round. When people think of Africa, the first image that often comes to mind is blazing sun, scorching heat, and endless deserts. But not every part of Africa fits that description. And Rwanda is a perfect example of a beautiful exception. One of the things people quickly fall in love with when living in or visiting Rwanda is its amazing mild and pleasant climate all year round. Situated on a high plateau with an average elevation of over 1,500 meters above sea level, Rwanda enjoys a unique natural advantage. It never gets too hot and it never gets too cold. Daily temperatures usually range between 16 degrees Celsius and 28 degrees Celsius, and it's rare for them to go beyond that. Even in the middle of the day, the air feels fresh, no humidity, no suffocating heat, and often a light breeze. At night, the temperature cools down, sometimes just enough to feel a slight chill. Perfect for a restful sleep without the need for air conditioning. Rwanda has two main seasons, the rainy season and the dry season. The rainy seasons typically occur from March to May and October to December, while the dry seasons run from June to September, with a shorter dry spell from January to early March. Even during the rainy months, showers often come in the afternoon or at night, and they rarely last the whole day. Thanks to this reliable cycle, Rwanda stays lush and green nearly year-round, with thriving vegetation and a sense of freshness in the air. Many visitors are genuinely surprised and deeply charmed by the weather here. Whether you're hiking in the countryside, sipping coffee in a quiet Kigali cafe, or simply enjoying a morning walk, Rwanda's climate adds a calm, almost therapeutic touch to daily life. Thanks for watching until the end. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you won't miss more content about life and culture in Rwanda. See you in the next one.